Good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. The trolls who are here taking their sound bites. Enjoy. Looks like we scared one off. It's 11:48 a.m. here in Adelaide. Just speaking to my honey. Got a few messages from Andy this morning. He's picking up his computer lunchtime today, so roughly another 10 minutes and he'll be off to go pick up his new gaming PC. Hope you're all doing well. Another cold day here in Adelaide. Pretty well poured down last night. She's dry today, but just chilly. How you doing, DR? How you doing, mate? As you can see by the title, been thinking of going and getting a new guitar. Still thinking about a Les Paul. I've always been a Gibson fan. Currently all I've got is a Epiphone SG and a Strat copy, but I guess the options are get a proper Fender Stratocaster or Gibson. Even been looking at the PRSs, but I still favour getting myself a Gibson. Just have to wait and see. I need to go try a few out, I guess, and see what feels good. Did get the SG out the other day, but 2,000 would be for probably a Les Paul standard. You're probably looking, when I like the customs, so Les Paul custom, you're probably looking at about $5,000. So a bit of a chunk of change there. But obviously Fenders, you can pick up a Fender Stratocaster cheaper. PRS is the same. But yeah, Gibson. I like Gibsons, but they are kind of overpriced. There's been an issue with them. Just just want to avoid that 50 style neck though. Just too wide, feels more like an acoustic, those wide necks. But actually, while I'm here, yeah, they nearly went bankrupt. They thankfully got a new CEO who's got them back on track again, which is cool. Let me have a look here. I've been mostly just checking out YouTube clips. As an online dealer, I watch him. He always does a review on a lot of guitars. So let's see what we've got here. You can always go if you really want the Chinese version, which I'm not, but I do like. Just admit, microphones aren't too bad. My Epiphone SG is not too bad. Kalamazoo, you're there. You think Elvis was spotted there? How you doing, DD? It'd be nice to be over there, actually. I'm sure I could pick up one a lot cheaper than I can pick up one here. Just jumped into Derringer's. Oh, here you go. Gibson 59 Les Paul Standard, Honey Lemon Fade, 9,700. I don't think so. No, here's one. Gibson 2018 Les Paul Custom Ebony, 5,999, so $6,000. So they're probably $1,000 up on what I was expecting. Last time I looked, which was a few years ago, they were about $5 for the customs. Derek, I don't know who that is. PD. But what I like, unfortunately, when they came out, they were $11,000. Was the Ace Frehley signature Les Paul Customs. I have a look here. See if there's anything in Adelaide like that. We've got the Equiphones. I'm trying to pick up an Epiphone. 3,700. Yeah, I'm not surprised. They've always been overpriced, but But if you like that sustain, then you're always going to get that from the Les Paul. The fact that they dovetail their necks, and you got the headstocks angled back for that sustain. I have to admit, I used to really like playing my Strat copy. That always felt nice. How you doing, MJ? Well, they're not bamboo, mate. They're using mahogany on the top, and you've got the rosewood fretboard. No. Axe meaning guitar, Gypsy. I'm just in the mood to buy a new guitar, so I'm not sure. I still like my Gibson, so Gibson Les Paul's always been a favourite. Never owned one. Maybe I was almost going to put guitar in there. Maybe I should for everyone else. Jesus, DD. But yeah, the unfortunately Gibson's always been pretty pricey. But signature guitars you can always expect to pay that little bit more for. They're usually built to the specs of the artist. So but I have to wait and see. Something like those DiMarzio, pick up some of the P90s, and so I guess that will come into it. So it's a matter of picking one up and getting in touch with the sound. Armani, how you doing? Guitars, Axe as in guitars, mate. Let's see what happens. I said I got two here. The SG I picked up the other day or a while back. Couldn't tune it. The strings are too stretched, so I need to get that restrung. Have the action checked on it because there was a bit of vibration along the fret, so I need to get it back to the guitar tech and get him to restring it with new strings and see if he can't mess around with the action on it. This makes sense. Good on you. Jesus, Gypsy, you're so surreal at times. Ed, come on, mate. Really? We need an interpreter for you. Like, who was it? Someone told me a few days ago, Ed speaks Ed. You don't even speak American Ed, you speak Ed. You got your own language. And how you doing anyway? I hope that goat hasn't given you any more trouble, Ed. Good to see you guys out and about. End up had Andy over yesterday, so what is over He was here during lunch, so went got some meat. We had a barbecue, and then he took off. And, spent pretty well. He said, just relaxing and talking to Crystal. So I think we ended up getting to do a live stream last night. And then again today, it's just bloody too cold to do anything. Yep. Adelaide winter. But again, can't complain. I know some of you guys get the snow and ice, and so I shouldn't complain too much. I'm just a pretty mild here. Let me see. Got some nice ones. Epiphone Les Paul Custom 3 pickup. That's freely Budokan flame top 2,300 plus tax. That's not bad, considering I got one here, Gibson. The Gibson Ace Frehley Budokan, which they said came out at $11,000. A Les Paul Custom signed here, and they want $20,700 for it. Another one here, $38,000 USD. It's fucking ridiculous. Fucking insane. I don't know what's wrong with it, Ray. Maybe because of using StreamYard, it might be picking up the mic differently. Let me have a look here. Let me change. Now, I'll just change the settings, but I don't know if that will make my voice sound any different, but I've got a feeling it just sounds different because we're coming through StreamYard and not Hangouts. Like I said, as much as I like the Gibsons, and I do want a Gibson, I do know I don't mind the Epiphones either. Have a look here. What have we got here? Oh, we do have a Marshall amp. That would be nice. $1,300. Okay. I wouldn't mind getting a Marshall amp. At the moment, I'm just using a practice amp, and I've got a Roland cube there. But the cube's the voltage display too loud to be using in here. Old Spice. Jeez, I remember the Old Spice, the Brute. Oh my God. Oh, geez, Brill Cream. I don't know how anyone could ever use that stuff. There used to be another stuff too, Don C. My dad used to use it. Californian Poppy. Some sort of shit they used to put in their hair. Life is tough. Sure is, Gypsy. Avon. Okay. Jesus used Old Spice. I wouldn't be surprised. Look here. Doesn't look right. I think we're going to have a lot of luck in the signature guitar, that's for sure. Not anything at a reasonable price. Yeah, so look here. Yeah, we're going to struggle, I think. Well, I'll check it out later. We'll just have to go into either Gouges or Holden Hill Music and see what they got. Hey Larry, how you doing? I don't know, what is up with the mic? Maybe the block noise, it's cold here. Karate, where's Karate? John Karate, I haven't seen him. So I'm not sure what's wrong with the mic. Hang on, let me just go into control panel. Go have a look at the sound. I might have messed around with something in there. Have a look. Let's see. Yeah, not sure, guys. Yep, no idea. I'll have to check that out another time. Okay. No. Get wet. Let me have a look. Go back to StreamYard. I'll change the settings. It's back to what I had up before. But yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the mic. Background, not much. Computer, TV. No worries. Yeah, Gypsy, I've had to mess around a little bit with the Realtek audio settings. For some reason, every time I plug the headphones in now, I've got to go into control panel and hardware and sound settings to get it to work, where it used to be just automatically. Jesus, Don. Yeah, I'll just throw. Look here. Can't wait for some nicer weather though to get out and about. And Andy wanted to hit the Barossa Valley this weekend, but I'm not so sure the weather's all that good. Sounds like I'm wearing a wire. Okay, no worries, Larry. It will, Ed. You've got to go into your control panel, go to hardware and sound settings, and pick your mic, or actually in your case, you've got to select headphones, and then it will let you on. What it is, it's not picking up the fact that you're using headphones. That's why it won't let you on. So it will do it. You just need to get in your settings, mate. So that's up to you, though. How you doing, Ken? So we got here all the boys are in. We got Larry, Ed, Ken, Don, Gypsy lurking. DR's lurking around there somewhere. NCE, how you doing? Ray, Val, Don, Armani lurking somewhere. MJ was lurking. Right about now, Andy should be picking up his new computer. 12, 16 years, said he had to pick it up at 12. Gerald Gypsy, I'm sure you keep your wallet close, mate. Some girls are worth spending a bit of money on. Oh, Larry, come on. Seriously? Fucking Barry can't make fun of anybody. What's he going to make fun of me? Thunder's got teeth and I haven't. Thunder's got hair and I haven't. Oh shit, Thunder's got money. No, I haven't. You have a weird sense of humor, Larry. Maybe you should be writing Barry's material for him. And yeah, we managed to not talk about Barry all that much, so in recent times. Thunder has the Fisher Price, Mike. Yeah. Like I said, I have to go into the real tech. I was messing around with it the other day, so to get my mic to work. So it's very possible that I've messed around with one of the settings there. We'll check it out at some time. So what's new, guys? What's been happening? Makes me sound 20 years old. Jesus, I wish I was. But I do know that the sound on StreamYard seems to be a lot different to what Hangouts was. Oh, it makes me 20 years older. Oh, Jesus Christ. Maybe I better do something about that then. Sorry, guys, I'm jumping between two screens here. Really can't be. Yeah, we'll have to go into the control panel and look at the hardware and sound settings. Drafting a code of conduct and ethics policy for the new common staff and getting a creative group role. Good luck with that, Gypsy. I know what that's like. When I was in the government at one stage, had to meet another guy with doing drafting documents concerning positions in the government section. That was a pain in the ass. Same thing. Could redefine positions and then add in there the training needed for those positions. Hey, Linda, how you doing? Well, don't shoot yourself in the foot there, Gypsy. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Linda. How's Brian? No worries. I'm not sure how long this stream will go for. Actually had to text off some information to a mate of mine who's going to throw my car on the weekend and service it for me and put it on the dyno. And well, hopefully this weekend or next. He's busy at the moment, just bought himself a piece of land a while back, and I know he's built his house now, and he's been the last couple of weeks moving in, so as far as I know he hasn't finished yet, so he's still might be busy with that this weekend. I'll have to wait to hear back from him. Well, yeah, I hear you, Gypsy. How you doing, Warren? Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing better than last time we spoke. No, I've got a blocked nose, that's about it. It's winter here, so it's cold. Again. Well, hang on, let me have a look. Go back into the control panel and see if I can. Let's see. Studio quality. Okay, try that. What's that like, guys? Is that any different? That I'm not really sure. Just let me know what that sounds like before I leave it on that setting. Sorry to hear, Warren. Alright, no worries. Leave it on that for the moment then. I said I've been messing around with the Realtek audio and the sound and hardware. So Yeah, well, good luck with that, Gypsy. I'm sure it'll end up having you pulling your hair out at times, or banging your head against the wall. Yeah, so true, Ed. Just keep fighting, Warren. So, like I said, guys, what's new? What's been happening? Obviously, Gypsy's busy. Or keeping himself busy. What about the rest of you guys? I don't know if Andy will be around now that he's got his new computer going, or picking it up. He may drop in. He's trying to juggle over my go. Sorry about that, Ed. What can I say, mate? Shit happens. I'm sure you'll find a way around it. I don't think your wife will let you go to jail over a goat. But if you do, that'll teach you for always talking about eating it. So we've got Gypsy doing his thing. Ed's got goat issues. What about the rest of you guys? But still, I don't think they ever changed Gypsy. From memory, during the surrender in World War II, that was one of the conditions that Japan put in there, was that the emperor was to be left alone. So I think they've always been under the constitutional monarchy. Although, to be honest with you, you don't really hear much about the emperor. Not like the other monarchies who tend to make the magazines and newspapers. But then the Japanese have always been very conservative. I'm sure they do their best to keep them out of those out of the tabloids. But thanks for sharing that anyway, Gypsy. We're all behind you, Warren. Hey, how you doing, baby girl? It's pretty quiet in here, hun. Although Ed told me that he seems to think he's going to jail over the goat, but I think that's just Ed getting carried away. Oh, Jesus, Warren. Good luck with that. Oh, that that won't go down well, Ed. Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah. Crystal's taken. No worries, Warren. All good, mate. Why you jump up here, son? You didn't say hello. I'll even check the backstage. You always have to remind me. I have to admit, it has been pretty quiet though. Haven't seen too much shit going on. I mean, there's one particular troll who's, yep, one particular troll who kind of is an ugly version of a Saint Bernard, and instead of a wine cask, and underneath he's got the double chin. I have to start nicknaming him the elephant seal. Some of those guys have got too much time on their hands. Lonely, very lonely people. Yeah, I probably am being too kind, yeah. She has jumped on the panel now again. Come on, baby, if you want, come up. Salad, everyone. How you doing, Nathan?
Yeah, good.
Uh,
Those elephant seals, they're the ones with the real droopy nose, though.
Yeah, that's right. Huge, huge man. But I'm referring to Robbie Battle.
Yeah, I know.
Well, he's a very lonely man, but I guess hell, if I fucking looked like him, acted like him, I'd probably be fucking lonely too.
Yeah, he takes some working out.
Mate, there's not much to work out. It's a waste of space. And any guy that has so many troll accounts and then jumps on pretending to be a 20-year-old girl, that kind of worries me, Nathan. What sort of guy goes online pretending to be a girl? And don't answer that because I already really know. Not working at the moment, mate?
Nah.
So what's been happening? It's just been pretty quiet, mate.
Yeah, it's been good.
It has been good, yeah. We've had a bit of fun for the last few nights, barring last night where I didn't get on, but doing a few quizzes and that was always a bit of fun. Sometimes I wonder. Go for it.
I was just trying to watch Felsio.
And
Felsio is doing a live stream now, man, but his fucking audio's all up the shit, man. You can't understand a word he's saying. And he's harping on about the dollar bill.
Norman, we have trouble understanding him normally.
Yeah, he's not reading the chat. Everybody's saying, "Oh, your audio's fucked. We can't even hear you." But he's still fucking going like a trooper, mate.
I've seen one time there where he put the pot on his head and banged it, and I'm thinking, yep. I thought it was bad enough when he sprayed his hair orange with the line marking paint, but I guess some people will do anything to get that dollar, eh?
Man, he's serious, eh? He's dead serious. The world's flat.
Oh, that's scary. That's fucking scary, man. Actually, I watched the launch of a rocket yesterday, taking up another satellite. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I watched the launch of it. That was pretty cool. But it seems to be they don't have too many issues these days launching satellites into space. But more space junk.
That's it. More space junk.
I couldn't believe it when, excuse me, when I seen it. I think it's in Texas. They got a place that just constantly monitors the space junk out there.
Yeah, well, if you got Google Earth on your computer, you just go Google space, right? And it's got fucking all the satellites and everything orbiting up there.
Oh yeah, I used to be. I'm just going back several years ago now, but I used to have a page bookmark where just off topic a little bit, but where they, you know how they with the great whites, they throw little GPSs on them, and there's a web page that monitors where they are at any one time, and that used to be cool watching them. Amazing how far you think something like a great white, you expect them to sort of hang around one particular area, but they don't. They move around, and we're talking thousands of kilometres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you when you're that much of a swimming machine?
Well, that's all they are, isn't it? Just a machine.
Yeah.
Fucking eating machine. Which one? What did I watch the other day? Yesterday? A guy in a kayak being followed by one 3-4 meter white pointer, just following his kayak around. Now that would have your arsehole fucking pumping, wouldn't it?
Hell yeah.
He's in a kayak, one of those little pedal ones. Oh yeah, you got no. But I have to admit, I've never. I've seen these guys go out fishing in these kayaks, and they got those pedal ones. Not something that I'd want to be doing, especially here in South Australia. But these guys, I think, were New South Wales. It's no better, really. Oh, he might be a good guy, Ed. Just very strange at times. And I kind of worry about anybody who thinks the world is flat. Well, where are you, Crystal? Going back to talking to your friends? And the girls get together? Yeah, that's right. It was an Air Force satellite, Ed. That's the launch I watched yesterday, yep. Ah, there you go, babe. Well, come on and say hello to everybody. I know everyone likes to hear you. Just come on, say hello, and jump off again. Yeah. Smarty pants. No, can't hear you. Oh, shit. It's also weather like there up on the territory, mate. It's bloody cold down here.
Oh, it's lovely. 20 to 30 degrees.
20 to 30, that's a big gap there, mate. So couldn't be a bit more specific.
Well, it's 20 at night and 30 in the day.
Okay, got you.
It's lovely.
Can't complain, man.
Bit of wind
Hey,
lately, huh?
Yeah, did they ever put any more information about that guy who did the shooting up there?
Nah.
I want to catch up with Loss. Listen to this, mate. Did you read there, Loss, when Loss was reading out the stats about the mass shootings around the world and how the US is right down there?
Yeah, okay.
And they were way down the list. But I just found this article, and I don't know. I know Google. It's kind of funny. The government and Google do omit things from certain countries, but here I got an article that says the United States has had more mass shooting incidents and more resultant deaths than any other country in post-World War II era. In one 2017 study published in Time magazine by criminologist Adam Langford, it was estimated that 31% of public mass shootings occur in the US, although it only has 5% of the world's population.
Yeah. It's also got a big population of guns.
Well, that's what it says. It says the study concludes that the United States and other nations with high firearm ownership rates may be particularly susceptible to future public mass shootings, even if they are relatively peaceful or mentally healthy, according to other national indicators.
Yeah, I was surprised Switzerland was number 7.
Well, again, I'm not so sure that those stats. And as you know, most people know stats can be played with, mate.
Oh, of course I can. You can count these ones or that ones, or, you know.
Exactly. It's how they want to read them, I guess. And
It's who they want to put it involved with it, who they want to count.
I mean, usually when you get mass shootings, they usually make the news, especially over here. And to be honest with you, more times than not, it is the US. So I'm not sure where Locke's got his stats from, but I'm happy to discuss these ones with you.
But if you want to talk about pure killing people and genocide and that, don't you go too far past that Rwanda and shit like that.
Oh, yeah. And some European countries in recent times too, mate. That ethnic cleansing.
Wow.
That's insane. But, I mean, do we look at Rwanda as a war zone, though? Because it pretty well is when you look at all the warlords and what's happening over there. And again, we're talking a third world country, not a first world country.
We're talking 2 ethnic groups that have been fighting for a long time. Was it the Hutsis and the Tutsis?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah. One gets the upper hand on the other one, they just go berserk.
Well, we've had that in Eastern Europe too, with the ethnic cleansing, you know. So, like I said, it's kind of funny, and Rwanda's a perfect example of all this shit happening, but I don't see any country throwing a force together to jump over there and deal with it.
No.
So it kind of make you wonder when you're going into places like Iraq and Iran. You know, is it all about the oil? Is it all about revenge? And because if you're serious about you know, stopping all that shit, there'd be an army inside of Rwanda at the moment and dealing with those warlords. It's not the guns that kill, Ed, but having the guns there makes it easier. And I'm not sure any country has more guns per person than the US.
That's it, Ed.
Yeah.
It's the crazy people.
Yeah, that gets brought up a lot, and I understand some people are on meds and all the rest of it, and some are just downright batshit crazy. But Nathan, when you see how some of these guys organise what they do, how crazy are they? Do you know what I mean? Some of them plan it out pretty well.
Being crazy doesn't mean you're not unintelligent.
Yeah, point taken. But a lot of them are pre-planned, that's for sure. Some of them put a bit of planning into it. But this last one is a bit of a worry, the fact that the signs were there with some of the city was writing and putting out there, and then nothing was said or done.
What about that last big one that went down? I think it was in Sudan, South Sudan.
I'm not sure which one that was.
Rebels came in and shot up the flipping the media plus a whole heap of politicians.
Jesus Christ. Well, Sudan's had a problem for a long time. That's why we got so many Sudanese over here. They all jump out of there, jump into refugee camps in Uganda, and that's where we've been getting them from.
Yeah.
Well, that's, I can't comment on that one, Gypsy. Obviously, they still do have issues there. Oh, you must daylight. So you must be on the same time as us. 12:50 over there.
Yep. Yeah, we don't do daylight saving.
Yeah, I always thought that was a bit strange. I don't think WA does either, actually. Some people complain about it. I don't mind it, to be honest with you. What did you think about it? I mean, you lived in South Australia, so what did you think of daylight savings?
The only pain in the ass is it tries to change your telephone time if you're on automatic time.
No, see, that wasn't. It's more the issue of changing the clock in the car. Yeah,
it doesn't really matter, eh?
It depends on what you're looking at. And I know this for a fact because I used to send stuff to a friend of mine in the US to go have a look at. And some things are actually blocked. So you may not be getting accurate figures. They may be getting blocked in your country. And that kind of shit does happen, unfortunately.
That BitChute is banned in Australia, right?
Which is?
And a few others. BitChute?
Oh, okay.
Because a few YouTubers have been getting demonetized and what have you on YouTube. I've been going to BitChute to put up videos that YouTube won't accept. So I tried to go over there and burp.
Yeah, same thing happens in the US. A lot of things get blocked over there that they don't want them to see. Ed, a lot of those places, have a look at them, mate. Third world countries. We're talking about first world countries.
Actually, we've completely lost the battle against internet freedom, really.
No, I agree totally. And we've seen how they manipulate it with, Google's been under investigation for a while, and they've had a few Senate inquiries over in the US about the Google search engine and what it's showing people and what it's not showing people. There's definitely a bias over there. Like I said, there's a couple of things I would get my mate to look at, and he wasn't able to look because they were blocked in his country, and he was in Texas. Ed, you're looking at, I don't know why you're bothering me. A lot of them are third world countries, mate. You kind of, again, we're talking a first world country. You're now comparing apples and oranges. You're trying to compare the US to third world countries. Bottom line is the US has an issue. It has a problem. That's undeniable. And again, I don't know.
Yeah. It doesn't have a problem like Brazil's got a problem.
Oh, no. But you wouldn't call Brazil a first world country either, would you?
No.
That's what I'm saying. We're talking apples and oranges here when you can't compare third world countries to a first world country. And pretty well by what those stats are saying, you're putting the US in the same box as third world countries, which that's just insane. There's a problem there. No two ways about it.
Yeah.
I just don't know what the solution is.
I think the territory is up around 10 to the 100,000.
10 people.
Yeah, it's like it's like 10 times the amount of the southern states.
That's true, Devaldon. There might be, because they've got pretty harsh gun laws over there too. In fact, your everyday bobby or police officer over there doesn't carry a gun.
Like our officers carry guns, man, and tasers.
Yeah, over here, I'm assuming the same up there. They're carrying 9mm Glocks. The US is the third most depressed country after China and India. Jesus Christ. Again, I don't know how they pick up on some of those stats, but I know the political climate over there is so volatile. There's no middle ground over there, Nathan. Like you have your Democrats, and they're all liberal fucking hippies. If you listen to the Republicans, and if you listen to the Democrats and the Republicans, are all fucking Nazi fucking type fucking. There's no middle ground over there. That worries me.
That's right. They've gone extreme on both ends.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
Mental.
that's how I see it. That's how I see it. It's like, I mean, I'm outside looking in, but yeah, it is. And I don't think there's any problem with being a liberal. There's no issue with being a Republican or conservative. It's when you become fucking extreme. That's when the issue comes in. I agree. I don't think it's the same thing here. If you really want one, you'll get one. And I don't think changing your constitution is a very good idea or a smart move. I don't think you want to be doing that. As for the gun laws, I think you've already got the gun laws there. I think they just need to be fucking policed better. I think all the states need some sort of register that they can all access. They don't seem to. The states don't seem to talk to each other, Nathan, over there. Yeah, they have laws, and I think for the most part, we've seen that people can get around them. Yeah, so we're talking about this
I think the problem's too big to enforce even.
Yeah, well, like there's a loophole. Like you can walk into one of these. They have gun shows, and you can walk in there and just grab a gun and walk out with it. Not all the news is fake, Ed. Come on, you're kind of kidding yourself if you believe that. Now, I'm not saying that all the news is accurate, but it's not all fake. I believe in the rights to bear arms. If a man wants to shave his arms, okay by me. Oh, that's funny as fuck. I don't. Personally, I think I can appreciate the American Constitution, and I don't think any more gun laws are going to change anything.
That's it, Ed. It's going to be like it for a while, all right?
Well, I've actually looked into this, and let me tell you this: the way that the Constitution, the amendment is written, it is written so that it would apply for future generations. That's the way it is written. So, I mean, I've heard the argument about, there was a day when you didn't have an army, you relied on your militia, guns were muzzle loading muskets and all that. But when they did do that amendment, it was written to cover future generations.
I just think they need to control the military hardware. Something could be classified as military.
Well, they did. They did do that, but there's a grandfather law act or something which allows some people to keep those sort of guns.
Well, some people should be allowed to have them. That's what I'm saying. Like it should be controlled tighter, and like the loonies definitely shouldn't be allowed to have shit like that.
No, but
you have to have like a special license to have that shit.
Ed, there might be, I think, already in place the federal checks, but it's not being done. Like I said, from state to state, the states are not talking with each other. And yeah, I agree. If you want a gun, you'll get it. You know what? I'll tell you what they did here in Australia. They changed the gun laws, made it harder and all the rest, and took a lot of guns off of people. But at the end of the day, all they did was take the guns from the responsible owners. I can guarantee you now the criminals didn't give up their guns. So, yeah, gunner, and that's probably because the guys who do have the restricted stuff are probably more what you could call law-abiding citizens who, aren't about to go on a splurge and just kill people. Of course, it's not hard, mate. It's the same here. If you got the money, you can get one. That's right, Ken. There is some big problems. I don't have the magic bullet to fucking, pardon the pun, to fix it. I do think they have laws in place already. I just don't think they're being enforced properly. I think states need to be, like I said, have some sort of register where they actually fucking check it. Some people might go to one state and not be able to get a gun, and then jump to another state and suddenly bang, they can get it. No, of course they don't follow laws, Gunner. We know that. How you doing, Kev? And I don't think making more laws or taking guns away is good. There's that many guns in the US now, but even if you tried to take them away, you're going to just leave them in the hands of the criminals anyway. Well, Devour Donald, I can't see Trump really losing. But, I've been wrong before, but at this point in time, I don't think he's done anything that would warrant his removal. He's definitely not politically correct, but I like that about him. I like that he's not a professional politician.
And he's not even halfway as incorrect as fucking Duterte. Duterte is the most amazing politician I've ever seen.
I wouldn't describe him like that, but okay.
But the stuff that comes out of his mouth, man, is just full on, man. He makes fucking Trump look like a saint.
Well, he makes Trump look like he's quite moderate, doesn't he?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Warren. But I can tell you now, they got better than that now, Warren. I can guarantee you that. No, there wouldn't be a civil war. But personally, I don't think that's about to happen. Please don't start sounding like Havoc Master. Havoc Masters was telling them that by 2020 there'd be a civil war in the US. I can't see. You'd hope that fucking you guys would have learned your lesson by now. All they've done at the moment, the last war did was take the lives of a lot of fucking good young men.
Oh, yeah. I've only ever had one auto gun ever. All the rest have all been bolt actions and double barrel shotguns, single barrel shotguns, stuff like that.
I've had semi-auto shotguns, semi-auto rifles, bolt action. Bolt action has a bit more punch. So really, for a hunting gun, you want a bolt action, I think.
That's right. And I'll have a gun with a big bull barrel over up on an auto any day, man.
But it depends. Everyone's different. Like my semi-auto, I only used to throw a couple shotgun shells in it anyway, because for the shotgun club when we were shooting field and game. Yeah, I'm sure you'd have a coach gun and you're gonna cut down the barrel. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, good shotgun's a good thing, eh?
Yeah, well, fucking hard to miss with them, mate.
I had a greener with a 34-inch barrel, single shot, Martini Henry action.
Cool. Mate had a Frankie, that was pretty nice. You should be able to learn just as much as white kids who get rich. Well, that is a big slip up, isn't it? It's fucking some racial profiling right there.
My mate got caught with one of them frickin' street sweeper things in 12 gauges.
I love coach guns. Warren, you're a police officer. You shouldn't be into that at all, mate. I'm not sure what that is. It's dog track time for Uncle Joe. That's gone over my head.
No, coach gun's a legal gun. It's just a short 30-inch shotgun.
Oh, yeah, but a lot of guys used to get their shotties and saw them off.
No need, man. That's so short, man, a little coach gun. Anyway, legally, it's short. They even get them short at 28.
My Winchester wasn't bad, man. Had come with the different chokes for the barrel. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably true, Smooth. Ed, you already said that. Number one, no, there would not be a civil war. Number two, they're not about to do that, Ed. And I did see what you wrote before when you said this stuff, and I disagree. There won't be a fucking civil war if they tried. Secondly, they won't try. I mean, I already talked to someone about this. To change an amendment in your constitution, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Well, maybe they would, maybe they won't. I mean, I've never seen anyone try to change the constitution in a long time yet. Yeah, I doubt it too, Gavin. I don't think they'll do it. No, you can't. I don't know who you are, and I've had fucking too many shitheads fucking. So, yeah. Sorry, but no. Well, no, Ed, but what you're not listening, Ed. It's not going to happen.
That's right, Ed. They'll have a big. It's right. They'll have a big problem. Nobody's going to turn their guns in. You're going to have to go and get them.
It's not going to happen. You know? I mean, people talk about it all the time, but you know, I've seen the people that talked about this gun control over there. When I've heard them speak, they don't know what they're fucking talking about. They'll talk about a specific gun and they'll fucking get it all wrong, and they really don't know what they're doing, really what they're talking about. So, pretty messed up. But I don't see it happening. Well, the thing is, Gunnar, you know, trying to change the constitution over there, it just, I can't see it happening. It would be too hard. Yeah, changing the constitution is not an easy thing to do. Oh, here we go, getting the.
I think it's a bit of a difference to where, Don. Hitler actually took all the guns. In Australia, they just took all the automatics, basically. Automatics, pump actions. They didn't take any lever guns. That's about it. So technically, you can still have 50 cal bolt action. Shoot through anything.
Can you hear me, Nathan?
Yeah, I hear you. Don't hear you anymore, though. You still there? Yeah, Warren. Watch him explode. Yeah, Gunner. Way too expensive. Yep. Can you hear me, Jedi? I can't hear Mark. Yeah, okay. Oh, good shit. Yeah, Mark's been having trouble. He's been dropping out. But that's what I imagine they'll try to do in America one day, is try and eliminate all the autos like they did in Australia. Never affected me. I only had sporting rifles. Yeah, we've got bans on knives in Australia. You can't be going around with a knife. You'll be charged for having a weapon. Yeah, there's something going on with Mark, Joe, Gypsy. I think it's something to do with his microphone. I think they're rebuilding the fence. Rebuilding the fence now. There's money being allocated. It's falling into disrepair. That's it, Warren. You can't even carry one in your car.
Hey.
Hey, you're back again.
Yeah, I had to reset the modem. It started to fucking piss down here in all these old houses, mate. The copper and shit starts raining, and then you bloody lose connection.
Yeah, you guys have had a huge weather system just hit you.
Yeah, cold, rainy. No, it wasn't on the roof, Jedi. You just reset the modem and it's all good again. Yeah, problem is, Ed, is for the most part, Australians don't have a problem with dingoes. It's all a money thing. It's really farmers, isn't it, Nathan?
Yeah, it's the farmers who got the problem. And if they came down into the sheep country, man, them dingoes would just breed up and breed up and breed up like crazy.
I think the biggest fear, though, is they're scared of them breeding up with the domesticated dogs and get a bigger issue.
They're doing that anyway, I think.
Well, yeah.
I don't think a fence has totally eliminated dingoes. It's just held them back.
It's just limited the problem.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the problems I have, Ed, is that this is an Australian native dog.
Yeah, but its population's out of proportion to what it should be because of the extra food that it's got, the food resource. It's like the kangaroos, they're the same. They're out of proportion to what they should be because of the food resource they have now.
See, I think the dingo one is overstated because when you look at what they've done to them over the years, their numbers wouldn't be all that bad.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they do, Ed. They do control the numbers. To be honest with you, we have a bigger problem with crocodiles, I reckon, than dingoes.
Right. Last Sunday's paper was this 5-meter salty fucking was going to have a go at this guy who was pruning his mango trees, and the fence stopped it. And he reckons it was lucky that it had just eaten a calf next door. It still had blood on its fucking mouth. He reckons if it hadn't eaten the calf, it probably would have come through the fence.
Shit. But talk about the dingoes. There's a bigger problem with crocodiles. Well, that's the thing, Warren. They do. Crocs will take anything.
Hey, this thing was out of the water, mate. It was cruising around the paddock in the dry. For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I think it was actually back on its way into the river after the water hole dried up.
But there's a bigger problem with them, Nathan, than there is with dingoes, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Up here there is. Yeah, the waterways are just full of monsters now.
I know they do have guys working up there to catch and take them back out a safe distance from the towns, but that doesn't stop them. They'll come back.
Yeah.
And there's that many out there now. But I'm not big on trophy hunting and that, but it probably wouldn't hurt to cull the numbers down. It's not like they're about to, then there's no threat of them becoming extinct, that's for sure.
We need to cull them to the point where they're dead set frightened of us.
Yeah, where they avoid. Yeah.
That's right.
I agree.
And then start it, then back it off.
But that's not going to happen.
Because they, back in the day, they said, "Oh, there's no crocodiles left. So we've killed them all. That wasn't the case at all, mate. They were that timid, mate. We never got to see one anymore.
Well, what they forget is, say for instance, you've got the top end of Western Australia, Queensland, and Northern Territory. They're huge places, mate. You cull them down to a decent number, of course you're not going to see them.
Oh. They're not stupid, man, once they know that we're the predator. Because that's been bred out of them now. We've got a whole new generation of crocodiles.
Well, now, like I said, they're out of control. They're forever having to remove them out of towns and cities, and they've lost that fear of man. I think that's when you really need to be scared, when any predator loses its fear of man. And I think that's something the dingoes definitely do have. I think probably one of the few places that maybe they're not is Fraser Island. And I'm sure you don't see too many dingoes walking around in the streets of Darwin there, mate.
I was just reading some article in the paper the other day that this old girl was living all by herself out in some abandoned gold mine in Queensland. And she recently got mauled by dingoes, eh?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she walks around carrying a great big stick.
I'm getting the white ring of death here again.
Yeah, okay.
That's all right. It comes and goes. I guess it's the weather. It's pretty shitty here at the moment.
Oh, yeah, you guys got a big weather system happening down there. A bit like the 2 typhoons that are smashing into China now.
Oh, God. Thankfully, we don't really get anything like that here, so kind of lucky in one way. You might get heavy rains.
There's been some big winds in Victoria, man. South Australia sort of missed it. But Victoria's been getting pumped.
Yeah, well, wasn't you like they say about Melbourne, mate? You can get 4 seasons in one day there.
Yep. But while you guys are cold, we're warm.
Yeah, don't rub it in, buddy.
But that's what happens. When you guys get warm, we get cold. It's sort of like an oscillation between the bite and up here.
The thing is, it'll get springtime nice here. And I'm kind of glad we don't get the humidity. I can't handle the humidity. The guys are all into the politics there in the chat. Yeah, Ed, I don't mind warm, but it'll piss me off, that humidity. That would drive me insane after a while.
Oh, yeah. Anything can happen in the American elections. That's what I've learned.
Yeah, true.
Absolutely anything.
So I was saying earlier,
what's
Nathan,
going to happen?
Their political climate is so volatile.
Yeah. What beats me is they post some really idiot candidates and expect them to fucking do things like, my God. What's that fucking one from Alaska? Fucking.
You're not talking about that woman.
Yeah.
Oh, back in the day, yeah. She was crazy. She's kind of like a redneck, an Alaskan redneck.
Yeah. Sacha Baron Cohen tried to prank her, but she wouldn't take the bait. Fucking on that last TV thing he did.
Oh,
she
God.
was pissed, man. They fucked her around, on purpose.
Yeah, but
Sarah Palin, that's her.
Some of them leave themselves open to that, though, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same with Trump. He cops a lot of shit, but kind of refreshing to see someone who's not politically correct. To be honest with you, he might not always say the right things, but at least he says what's on his mind.
Ed like Sarah Palin.
Jeez, I'm not surprised. But that's what I'm saying is that fucking they don't have any moderation there. It's all extreme. She wasn't cool, Ed. She was extremist. That's the problem with the US. Too many extreme shit. Hey, how you doing, Paul? Yeah. Space Nazis, yeah. What's it take to get on my show? I've got to know who you are. There was a time I would have just let anybody on here, but for once bitten, twice shy. Hey, how you doing, Paul? And to be honest with you, I've got to be worried about anyone who's that keen to get on. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I imagine you're not. I said once bitten, twice shy. There you go. There's one of the horsemen. He'll fucking put you through the third degree. Fuck, my connection is so fucking slow at the moment. Crazy. Am I still coming through, Nathan? Hello?
Yeah, you come through.
Okay. You know what a Sheila is? No, not too long. We're just waiting for some paperwork, Jedi. Yes. And they got their information hidden. Joined August 21st, 2015. With nothing there at all. No subscribers. It sounds like a troll account to me. And I haven't seen, definitely haven't seen that name around before. Observer. Yeah, well, Devout Don, there are observers and then there's lurkers. Oh, we just lost Nathan. Add him back. There, Nathan?
Yeah,
Just lost
dropped out the back somehow.
Yeah. And it wasn't me.
Oh, it's Telstra's been pretty dodgy actually lately.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, could be a national thing. I don't know. That's nice to know. But like I said, once bitten, twice shy, so gonna have to be thanks to these trolls. Need to be a little bit more careful who we do let on. No, I'm not saying you are. But then again, I don't know you from a bar of soap, so I think Nathan and I are doing quite well up here. It's the one good thing about this StreamYard. I'm not still used to like Hangouts, but I guess it's what you get used to. But I do like the idea of being able to control who you can and can't put up here.
This StreamYard has got some sort of noise cancelling thing going on in it.
Oh, okay.
Because I was streaming out of the truck, man, which is noisy as all hell. And then I re-listened to it, and I'd sort of only come in while I was talking, and the only thing that would interfere would be the reverse beeper of the loader.
That's cool. Well, no, your real name's not going to help. No, I can call myself and tell my real name's Mr. Magoo, but I don't know, Paul. To me, the paid version seems to be, few bells and whistles, pretty up your screen and shit like that. Other than that, I'm not so sure it's worth paying for. If you're a serious live streamer, then maybe, if you like all the bells and whistles. I mean, seems to work all right, just like this.
So what are the benefits of the paid one, Paul? Do you know?
Yeah, you can put your icon in there. You can put different backgrounds, things like that.
Okay. So did Manic Magic pay for his? Because he had a background going.
Yeah, I think he is, and he's been messing around with that OBS as well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was really spaced out, eh? Right.
The problem with that, Smooth, is that I got control and can kick you off easy enough, but doesn't stop someone from throwing pictures up there or something like that straight away before I get to throw them out. So like I said, I'm just going to play it safe, and like I said, once bitten, twice shy. And you know where I'm coming from with that, Nathan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of worry about anyone who's that eager to jump on. So, yep, Smooth jumps in there straight away. Well, you'll be staying backstage, mate, so you might as well jump back out again. I'm not putting you on the panel. If you got anything to say, you can say it in the chat. Yeah, well, it's a new name, Gunner. I don't know him from a bar, so. Good on you, Gunner. You're a wanker. I told you, we speak Australian. English speak English. You guys speak American, except for Ed, who speaks Ed.
And Andy, who speaks Andy.
Andy speaks Andy. He'd be pretty happy at the moment because he went and picked up his new computer at lunchtime.
Okay, sounds like it's a rare go.
Yeah, it was finally. I mean, pretty cheap. I mean, when I built my son's, we just bought all the parts to put together with his, but we had dual graphics cards in his and water cooled, and that cost me nearly $4 or $5 grand in just parts.
Yeah.
It's 5 years old now, and he still runs everything at full. So
I see some very expensive computers at Harley Norman's, man. Blows my mind, eh?
Yeah, well, you were in the backstage there. Didn't add you to the panel. That's why no one's going to hear you. Later, Jedi. Take care, mate. Where are you, Crystal? You off talking to the girls again? Or are you sitting there observing from the background?
Come back when you've actually got a channel, Jay Smooth.
Click messages. Hey. Okay, let me have a look. Messages. Huh? I'm not sure. Oh, hang on. I've got the wrong place on. Oh. No, she's observing. Oh, okay. Hang on, it's got it. I'm trying to write an email, getting messages. Jesus. And back to writing, replying to this email. I should let everyone know this one anyway. If you go to a channel, guys, I just got to ask a question, I have to answer it. If you want to know about that channel and all their info's hot hidden, to when the channel is created, up in the address bar, you just put /about, and it will then give you that information. She's observing. And she hears every time you mail me too, Gunner. So watch out, she's on to you. Yeah, you might be the best voice, yeah. You might be the biggest troll too. So you can stay right where you are. If you don't like that, you don't have to be here. I'm sure Gunner will deal with you if you've got any other issues.
I got a better idea, Smooth. You start a stream and we'll join
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. How's
Good
that
point,
for an
Nathan.
idea?
Good point, Nathan. No, yeah. Actually, got a few emails from you, and there hasn't been any crazy pictures, so thankfully. Just giving me shit or asking me shit. Yeah, I'm sure the pictures and that will resume some stage. Oh, Jesus, Paul, you'll have us pull our hair out. Yeah, you can do it. The only thing with no subs is people knowing you're on when you do it. Yeah, that's right. You may or may not forget things. Yeah, Gunner. You're going to get me in trouble one of these days, Gunner. No competing. All good, Paul. Oh, what the...
Yeah, probably would.
Yeah, Nathan probably fucking... But some of them are funny, others are just sick. But then again, I hate to know what Tony, Popeye, and Andy have been sending each other.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that's what I keep telling.
Fucking Jay sent me some horrific things.
Oh, God.
Fucking horrific. That's all I can say.
Actually, I can't... I mean, Gunner sent some funny shit, I guess. I always accuse him of it being sick, but he's pretty all right. Lately, we've chatted, but he hasn't really sent me any fucking crazy stuff, so fingers crossed it stays like that.
Yeah, they're alright. I don't like seeing people in pieces though.
Yeah.
Travelling south from Longreach one night. Come along after a semi had just mowed down about 20 pigs in the middle of the road.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God. It was amazing, eh?
That's not... I wouldn't say that's amazing.
Oh, it was.
What's that? What's that Paul just put in there? hell? Oh my god. Oh no, I can't watch that. That's fucking just sad. Yeah, well, it made me cringe then, Paul.
That's too much, man.
Jesus. Gunner can watch that one. There you go, Gunner. That's just for you, that one.
I wonder what his results were. What did he wind up with?
Yeah, I agree, Paul. He will be lonely and sad for a while longer. And if anyone took him up on that, I'd have to wonder about them.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
Although they say
what were the
something for
results? Did he actually get a bite off that? You know?
You might have copped a few trolls. Jesus Christ. Poor bastard. Yeah, Strange probably doesn't cut it there, Gunner. No. I doubt he's going to catch anyone in the karaoke either. But good luck to him. So are you sitting at home, Nathan?
Yeah. It's not doing much.
So what's actually going up there and gone on in the territory? Like, is the work real bad? Is it lots of people out of work up there, or?
Yeah, it's pretty slow. It's a bit of a two-speed economy. Those that are going fast are going fast, and those who are going slow are doing fuck all.
Okay.
It's a bit of a funny one. Here you go. Here's an old Bill Cosby thing. It's pretty funny, I reckon.
Don't know. Just putting something in the coffee cup.
Yeah, he's famous for it. He doped his victims.
Yeah. Kind of. I don't know what the story with that is, because why would you have to?
I don't know.
I don't get that. I really don't get it.
Allegedly, that was his MO.
There's my connection again.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you sound like a robot to me, man. Fuck, must be the weather. Give me a look outside here. Yeah, fucking shitty rain. Always the same. Fucking,
Oh, we don't know yet. Oh, I think Thunder's knocked out again. So what are you saying, Mr. Smooth? So what exactly did you think, Mr. Smooth? Please enlighten me. I'm not a mind reader. Oh my God.
fucking weather just came down and fucking lost that connection again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he picked it up fucking lunchtime today, Gunner. It doesn't matter how many people are white or black or fucking whatever. Don't know why you're making colour an issue in here. Please don't. Donovan might jump off. This is fucking pissing me off. This weather is going to probably knock me off again, Nathan.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I imagine it's blowing pretty hard.
Yeah, well, fucking, it's weird. It comes in like fucking 5-10 minutes really fucking rough, and then the sun will pop out for a second, and then bang. Hey, Magic, how you doing? How you doing, buddy? What's the weather like up your way? It's fucking shitty here. I should have just fucking for about 5 minutes there, just pissed down, and like I said, the wind came up and then disappeared as quickly as it started. Fucking crazy shit. This is going to be like that for most of the day. Jesus Christ. Grass here. Yeah, well, it's fucking on and off here, Magic. One moment, the sun sort of comes out for a little bit, and then next minute the wind will blow and the rain will piss down. Fucking a bit insane at the moment.
Yeah, well,
Nathan's probably laughing his ass off sitting up there in the territory.
Sitting there naked.
Oh, fucking too much information, man. You're a sick puppy, Nathan. Gotta love you.
Just below you, you've got 40 knot winds out in the ocean.
Jesus Christ.
Crikey!
Struce. How you doing?
One sec, I'll just turn this down. I just got to turn it. Now I've done it because poor Nathan was getting repeated on. Not peed on, repeated on.
Okay.
Because I had their YouTube still going.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a bunch of white. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, Smooth. It's not that fucking. We don't want to give anyone a voice here. I'm not about to give a voice to somebody I don't know. We've been bitten like that here already. Now, I don't know you from a bar of soap. So you can keep crying about it, but it's not that we, bottom line is if you want to have your say about any shit, say it in the chat. But don't make this a racial conversation. We're not going to get into any racial arguments here.
Oh, for sure. We don't want racial stuff here, do we, mate?
No, that's bullshit.
I've just been on another channel where they were, and it just gets out of control.
It does. And
it hurts people.
Of course it does. And I have to agree with what Andy says. There's one race here. It's the human race.
Yeah.
Well, you might not be a troll, but we don't know you. I don't know you. I've had people come on here and do some fucking stupid shit when I've allowed them a voice on here. Once bitten, twice shy.
Yeah, we got a bunch of white caps down here. It's really, really windy.
Yeah, it's really odd here, Magic, because it's on and off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
one
is.
moment-
It's like we're going to. It's like it's the ocean.
Well, here at the moment, like the sun's just come out.
Hmm.
The wind's kind of died down, but 5 minutes ago, man, it just fucking pissed down and the wind blew up. What do I have to do? Well, Smooth.
This guy's
Um,
pretty desperate. He
Yeah,
sounds
and I don't like that.
exactly. I can hear the tone of his voice.
That's a warning sign right there.
Desperation. It seems like.
Yeah, good point too, Paul. Bottom line is, I've got enough people that I know and I trust that I can allow on here. So, again, you want to have a say about anything, say it in the chat box. Again, if it's something that's inappropriate, the mods will deal with it.
Yep.
But to be honest with you, I'm just tired of the drama. I want to have some fun on here and just have some conversations with some good people. Well, if you want to be heard, you can be heard in the chat box just as easily as you can if you're on the panel. We will address it.
Or is he desperate to get on the panel?
Oh, yeah.
No, that's warning signs there. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. Beep, 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 beep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Find your own soapbox.
exactly.
Go and click on StreamYards and do a live stream, and we'll come over and listen to you.
Yeah, Nathan did suggest that to him.
Like, not. I'm
And,
happy to hear.
and you know what? We all speak the truth, but it's subjective to what the truth is, isn't it? We all have our own truths.
And the thing is, we don't know each other 100%, so it's just polite just to chill and just talk in general and not make it a big thing, and everyone will be happy.
Well, you got both you and Nathan got two. Well, you got two things in advantage. Nathan's got one. One, he's Australian.
Yep.
And two, you're Australian and you're a South Aussie. So,
Yep.
of course, we have the link. How do you think Magic got on? He used the link. But I told you, I don't know you from a bar of soap, and I'm not about to let anyone on here again that I don't know. Said if you, I mean, with all the amount of talking you're doing there at the moment, you could have put your point across in the chat. They even let Poms on. Jeez, Paul.
We love
That's
our
rough.
Poms. We love our Poms.
I mean, it's funny, there's always that rivalry between England and Australia, but there's also that those ties. There's very close ties. I mean, I think everyone in somebody's family has a connection somewhere to the English. And
Is that a different Paul to Jem's Paul?
I'm not sure. This is Paul that was on. He's been on the panel. He was the one that asked all those crazy hard quiz questions.
Okay, because there's Jem and Paul that associated with Dave and
Oh no,
Heidi.
different Paul.
Sure,
different Paul.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, different Paul.
Yeah.
Paul's an Englishman living in Australia.
Okay.
I think New South Wales from memory.
All right. Yeah. The other Paul's a paleontologist from UK.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's a paleontologist.
Wow, what a
He does works.
career.
He does works all over the world for paleontologist associations. He's put together Tyrannosaurus Rex and a whole heap of other big dinosaurs. He's the go-to man. I found out he's very modest. He doesn't like to talk about it too much. It's just what Dave was saying, and I was asking him questions. Yeah, he likes his games and stuff. So yeah, he's pretty down to earth. It's very funny, some of the things he says.
I've seen the name around, and yeah, it would have been Nasty Dre or Heidi streams. I've seen
Yeah,
him.
that's it.
Well, you might not be a troll. No. I'm afraid, Paul, you got that wrong, mate. Maybe tea and putting our little pinky up when we drink tea, but when it comes to beer and spirits, mate, I think we got you covered on that one. And our beer's cold.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but I will say that the English, UKs in general, what I know of the friends of mine, they're starting to learn how to drink their beer cold. Some of them, yeah. They realise how more palatable it is.
Oh, mate, I couldn't imagine on a 35 degree, 38 degree day here drinking warm beer. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
It's got to be cold. Yeah. Well, this is what I got told, Paul. And I don't know how true it is that they didn't refrigerate it. They didn't have to because their ales were kept in the basement, and it was always cold down there anyway. But
yeah, that's pretty much. I think that's the way it was.
But never having been. Yeah, go for it.
I'm half eaten, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, no worries.
I'm eating mandarins.
Ah, cool. I don't know about the Fosters there, Paul. I can't think of any Australians I know who drink Fosters.
I don't know why I'm eating mandarins because I just come back from the lake and had a huge hamburger and sweets and a couple of drinks, and because my mates come from Gawler and one come from Waikerie, and they come down to the lake, and we had at the cafe and had a really nice meal.
Is that your bells going off there? Because they're always loud.
Yeah, my bell.
Oh, okay. It's like what, YouTube, is it, or something? Or
YouTube.
Phone? Okay. I've never heard of YouTube. I never get a bell sound on my YouTube.
Yeah, it's subscribers.
Have you you're a paid member or something?
No.
Okay, because if I get new subscribers, I never get a bell.
No, I don't know why I'll get a bell for it.
That's weird.
When I see, I how would I put it? I go to different channels and I chat to them, and then I go into their messages and stuff like that, and then I hear them when they subscribe back.
Okay.
And sometimes it just goes crazy when I've been chatting to a heap of people. Like I went into one mate's channel in the UK last night, went on their panel, and I got 10 subscribers last night, and the night before I got 11 subscribers, and they're all people that are into gaming and paints, art, and a whole heap of different genres and different things. And I sort of just chat to them, that's all. Bit of fun. Just hang out like we're doing here.
And that's what it should be. I've had enough of fucking idiots and all drama, and to me, some of these guys aren't worth fucking pissing on if they were on fire, mate. And the trolls, it's like fucking grow up, fucking lonely old men.
Like I got this older lady from the Philippines, and I subscribed to her channel, and she was making a huge big meal for her family and cooking it and having it down at their plate and said grace and gave blessing, and I was having my Luxor at the time and some bread and stuff, and it was like I was sitting there in her home as a guest, and the way they were chatting and laughing and carrying on, it was like I was really there. It was really nice.
There's a guy. Sinister's not here at the moment. He knows what we'll be talking about. Chuck and Paige live in Thailand, and he's a Texan. Lives there permanently, and they have their Sunday fun day where the family all gets together and they sit around the table, have a big meal, drink, and he'll vlog it, and it's the same. It's like you're there with them.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, mate. Honestly, it's more entertaining than listen to some guy harp on about shit.
Yeah, exactly. And she was so loving and laughing and carrying on. And I wrote in the chat and that and says, this is like being there, and thank you very much for sharing. I really appreciate it. And it was like being with one of my sister's mothers or grandmas or something. It was fun.
Yeah, Smooth, we're not saying that you are. I was just talking in general then. But kind of feeling guilty or something because I don't remember mentioning your name, or it was actually Ed said he was, but Ed's not a troll. He's just a naughty boy.
Yeah, Ed's all right.
Ed's just a naughty boy.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was just talking about trolls in general. I got no time for them. Like I said, they're lonely, just lonely people with nothing better to do.
How you going, Crystal?
She's going good.
That's good.
Should be going even better when she gets here.
That's a bit personal.
Right. She's not only going to be suffering from the jet lag. Just saying, baby. Gotta keep it free.
Keep your hands above the table there, Ed. Yeah.
Geez, I'll be chasing Crystal around the table. She'll be yelling at me, "Hey, had enough." Andy gets his computer today. We're supposed to pick it up.
Oh, does he? Oh, that'd be brilliant, because I know how happy you would be, because I know how excited I was when I got my computer, because it's so stressful and that when things aren't working how you want them to. And like I wanted it for my channel and do some gaming and that. And if you got good internet too, it makes a difference.
Yeah, well, he's been hanging out for, so yeah, he'd be happy. He actually came over yesterday, and while he was here around lunchtime, so I went and got some chicken shazlis, and
Okay, yep.
Marinated in soya and honey, and put them on the barbie for. Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm guessing that right about now he's setting things up at home and testing it all out, and just protest the fence when you get there. Oh, Jesus.
What does that mean?
The dingo. He's referring to the dingo fence.
Okay. That's why I didn't get it. Must have been an in-joke. Yeah.
It's I don't know. It pisses me off because every Australian native animal in this country is protected except for the dingo, and that's bullshit as far as I'm concerned.
Due to livestock, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's the farmers, and I tell you what, mate. I guarantee you, say up in the Territory, for instance, I bet your farmers lose more cattle to crocodiles than they do bloody dingoes.
And that's probably a very good point there.
Yeah. And the crocs are bloody protected, and they're out of control at the moment.
They nearly got wiped out to almost close to extinction.
That's what they said. Me and Nathan were talking about, because Nathan's up in the Territory. and we were talking about it, but really what it was, and Nathan made a good point, it was just that the Crocs became very wary of men. Like now they're not scared, but they became. And when you think about it, mate, you go up, say, the top end of Western Australia, the Northern Territory, and Queensland. They are such big areas. If Crocs were at a decent number, you probably wouldn't ever see them. You'd have to go right out and look for them because it's such a massive area out there.
Oh, it is. It's huge.
Mate,
I lived in Queensland and Northern Territory for a while, and because my mum used to work in the Northern Territory for a bit, and I lived with my brother for a while up in Queensland, and it's a huge place. Australia is.
It is, especially up there where there's, when you think about it, the top of Queensland and West Australia and Northern Territory, the population is limited.
Yeah.
Compared to the rest. So, so when you're getting these issues now with the Crocs, that there's a big, there's way too many of them.
Yeah, those freshies are really wary and hard to see.
Yeah, and there's crocodiles and there's crocodiles too. There's small ones and big ones, and whoppers.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, what we tend to forget is the salt waters. The salt you find in fresh and salt water, but
that's right.
He's aggressive. He's aggressive, far more aggressive than any other, croc or alligator on the planet. The salties are massively aggressive.
Yeah,
they don't fear anything.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have any other than people, which we can't hunt them, but they don't really have any predators. They are the apex predator here.
They are. That's probably the only sort of apex predator that we really have, because the dingoes you wouldn't refer to as an apex.
There was this young lad, right? He was in a flooded creek, washing down his quad bike.
Yeah.
Quad bike was all muddy. Fuck, man, big crocodile come up and took him, eh?
Oh,
and the rest of his mates. This fucking croc, man, fucking put him up a tree, eh? Kept him up the tree for ages. This crocodile.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've heard
season.
Lots of Aboriginal communities, people go missing there all the time. We just never hear about it.
I know, but that's right. But for a long time, Aboriginals weren't even referred to as humans. So, and Queensland had a bad rap with Aboriginals too. The government.
That's true. But let's face it, Australia in general had, we don't have a great record with the Aboriginals, to be honest. I mean, it's not as bad as some countries, but that's no excuse.
Yeah. Even still today, because a lot of the police mobs up through the different places up through like Cooper Pedy and whatnot, they've had some pretty bad reputations when it comes to treating just the general population. And a lot of the police officer friends, the coppers that I've known, often their first stint would be there because it was good for getting a promotion. And because when you're young, fresh off the rank, or fresh off out of the academy, that's usually where they send them. There's a lot of people, not a lot of them want to go there.
I think, attitudes have changed a lot, and but we'd be fools to believe that there's still not some issues here.
It still is.
Yeah. That's a shame. We're in the 21st century, and
exactly.
It is sad, but again, it's one of those things. I think education.
It's like this poor kid got caught with an unregistered firearm in an unregistered car, towing a fucking donkey down the fucking Tanami track. It was just a normal fucking day for him, The cops don't think of it that way.
Did you ever see those bush mechanics?
Oh yeah, that was on the SBS years ago. They used to show them.
Oh mate, when I seen one of them using fencing wire to to hold the back end and the diff all in the car. It's like, what the hell? It was always good for a laugh.
That's right. And a lot of them were actually, the way that they filmed them too was sort of like old-fashioned sort of slowed down film. And so it had like a comedy twist to it. Yeah, very entertaining.
How you doing, Passport TV? How's things, mate? But yeah, I do always remember that, the Outback, the bush mechanics.
It was like it's like the movies were done like Godspeed. What is it? Gods Must Be Crazy. You know,
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, it's like that.
I was just thinking about that. That was a classic film too, wasn't it? That little bushman run around. Yep. The Coke bottle falling out the plane. And,
yeah, that's how it started, hey? And
everything. I think everyone's pretty good here. Passport TV, pretty quiet. Not too much drama going on, which is what we like.
You ever been in one of them old Land Rovers?
Oh yeah, I used to own one, an old, and had a hold, and then I exchanged it with the old and converted it with gas.
Yeah. My old man had a swag of them, and my friends had them, and friends had them. And,
but they go forever. They do go forever, but in all honesty, people in cities, and I was talking about this actually the other day with someone, Andy actually, talking about all these guys in their big Range Rovers and that. You don't really need them for city driving. I don't understand that.
You don't.
But people get them like it's almost an image thing, you know.
Well, remember that accident that occurred across the road, wasn't it, or in between the hospital and the parklands there, on that major street, and then right in the heart of the city, and that was done with one of those 4-wheel drive ones. It was just because it hit a projectile.
You're talking about across the road from the Botanic there, between the Botanic Hotel and...
Yes, that's exactly there, yes. That was years ago, though, I might add. And that was the first one that because there's not many 4-wheel drives that get driven in the city until then.
Now, mate, every man and their dog's got one.
Because I think they're safer. Now. I think they're safer.
It's true. It's like the Volvo drivers were shit drivers because they thought they were safe driving a Volvo.
Yeah, because they're a solid car.
Well, they had all the safety features, I guess. So, I mean, you were more likely to survive an accident if you're in a Volvo, but they drove around like they do shit.
That's right. They had a lot of structural bars and everything in them. They were before their time, where a lot of cars have now, and even in the last 10 years compared to way back, Volvos and some of the others were the first to do that.
Yeah, well, they had the crumple zones. They were crumple zones. And, they always had a reputation for safety. Although these days, most cars are pretty good. You can usually check up the safety ratings of cars now because they're checked pretty vigorously.
When I was doing firefighting and training and teaching how to do Jaws of Life and that, and we used to test a lot of old wrecks out of this guy's backyard where he had a lot of wrecks, and the Fords used to tend to snap off at the front, just in front of the window part there where the firewall is. They ended up often the old Fords used to have a weakness there, not much of a crumple zone, and then as the cars got newer, in the last 10 or 15 years, when you used the Jaws of Life, it was like you were just rolling back rubber. That's how the metal just peeled back. Crazy.
Well, I mean, they have redesigned everything now. I mean, how many people would have died because of the steering wheel, caving in their chest and that?
Along with the Valiants and all that, particularly.
I agree, Mark. Only special people drive Volvos.
Yeah.
I remember, who was it?
And people that get cold because they had really good heating.
I'm just thinking Dick Johnson driving around Bathurst behind one. And, I always remember that famous line he used when he called it a brick on wheels. There's other areas. But yeah, Volvo drivers definitely had a name for themselves here in Australia. And I put it down to the fact that they thought, well, I'm all right, fuck you. Especially if you were on a motorbike, they just lane change without fucking checking blind spots. I doubt they even checked their mirrors, to be honest. Here we go. The wind and the rain just started up again.
Okay, it's just holding off here, but there's a lot of black clouds hanging out. Because I've got the front door wide open.
I think I'm going to lose.
Starting to lift right now as you speak.
I'm probably going to go lose connection again. I'll watch. Let's have a look here.
My connection still. See, I'm lucky. I've got pretty good connection. I've got like 60 upload speed, and it sort of needs to drop a fair bit before I lose connection.
Yeah, you see, I'm just getting the robot voices at the moment, but.
Oh, really? Really?
Because I live on. I don't know how well you know Adelaide. I'm on the east side of Adelaide, so.
Well, I used to work for Australia Side Assist, which did all the breakdowns for all of Australia, all of Adelaide, all of New Zealand, and all other major capitals. So I know most of the roads off by heart. So yeah, I know it very well. Yes. Because we used to work for RAA, for all the insurance companies, for any of the breakdowns. So I used to be on the call center as well as drive the trucks.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we lost Thunder again.
I think we did lose Thunder. I think we did too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a very visual brain. So even with Perth and that, I almost visualize the actual roads. And so some of the roadside people, I used to even direct them if they were only new. Because, on weekends, sometimes they might try on different stuff when it was quiet in like a late Sunday or something. And so sometimes I'd be able to guide them. And I'm like a state away. But I've got a bit of photographic memory, though. That's why.
Yeah, I can say I've been all over Adelaide, over the whole joint.
Yeah. I even got, it took me a while, but I even got good at New Zealand and South and North Island. And I can see the map clearly of Tasmania. My most favourite place was up through north of Brisbane, west of Brisbane. I know all those roads there visually. And I used to have a very good rapport with the Brisbane guy, and you would be able to chat and get their jobs out quick and give them a bit of advice which road to use and that. It's really weird when you're living in another state. Yeah, I've had lots of friends that own Volvos. Lots of friends that own them. Like I said, they got good heating, but they're
good mileage.
But expensive to repair.
Yeah. Well, they got a bit long lives out of their cars, though.
They did, really did. Yeah.
Same with the old Valiant. They got a long life.
It's funny how Thunder said he was just talking about the internet and then it went.
Yeah,
He knew.
Yeah. Yeah, I brought a Valiant VG Coupe in Hobart.
All right.
Drove it back to Darwin. Fucking. Here's me in Melbourne. Stoned off my tits, man.
All right, yeah.
I got in this thing. And I've forgotten to turn my lights on because, all the fucking street lights are on. It's like daylight anyway.
I got done one day when crossing the road from a servo because it's so bright in the city.
Yeah.
And then next minute I look behind me in the vision mirror and there's the police pulling up behind me.
Yeah, well, they looked at me. They looked at my territory license. They looked at the Tasmanian plates and they said, just turn your fucking lights on and go away. Too much trouble.
I don't know. See, I crossed for a servo from one servo because they didn't have one of the pumps that I required was out of order. So I crossed the road without putting my lights on. And you look up and down the roads, and I don't know where the cops come from, where they must hide, because I did not see anyone. The next minute, they're right behind me. Right there. They're smooth.
They're smooth, all right.
They let me off. I said, I come from the country. And what's your reason for being here tonight? I said, well, I'm helping my sister move. And then they seen my firefighting brigade and some of my gear that I was in the back parcel carrier, and everything was right and correct. And they said, all right, I'll let you go. So at least, you know, they were sensible. What's going on? What? I don't know.
Oh, the trolls in the chat. Mr. Smooth, eh?
What's that good about? Good about? Yeah, like whatever we talk about, whatever, was nothing to what our opinion is. It's general opinion of the government. The government hasn't been a very good representative of any people at times, in Queensland particularly, and across through Northern Territory, and that they've had bad reputation. But that doesn't mean it's the opinion of the whole people. We are only governed by these people. So whatever we say, it's possibly not of our opinion. I could only speak for myself. So I don't know what you're on about, Mr. Smooth. It's like you know, the guy Notre Dame. I can't remember his name, but his face rung a bell. What was his name? Cosimoto, wasn't it? When he used to say, "I'm not an animal. I'm not an animal." Well, he's yelling out, "I'm not a troll. I'm not a troll." We should call him Cosy.
Hey, what's this?
We call him Cosy. Yeah, we will call him Cosy. Yeah. He reckons we're racist and we don't like black people.
But he's white. He said earlier that he's white.
Well, so what's it to do with him? I was about to call him Quasimodo because I'm not a troll. I'm not a troll, and I'm thinking, you know, I can't remember his name, but his face used to ring a bell.
You're thinking of that John Merrick.
No, I'm talking about the guy that used to be the bell ringer of Notre Dame.
Well, it's Quasimodo, right?
Yeah,
but
Quasimodo.
Gunner's taking care of him. Anyone that wants to get on the panel that much can't be legit.
I just found it absolutely. I have no words. Desperate.
And desperate equals worry.
It does. Like, we got along so well, and I didn't need a wrench or ever worry about getting on. It's just that you've all of a sudden invited me, and I thought, yeah, well, why not? I'll just take advantage of a good chat. But I don't.
Well, I had
care
trying to see.
Or not.
I'd seen you on other streams, and you'd come in before, and
yeah, that's it.
But this guy, I'd never seen him until today.
Really, I haven't seen him either. What does his logo say? Something about bleeds something blue.
either way, anyone that wants to get on the panel that much ain't getting on here.
And yeah, you were just talking about your internet, and yep, and it went, didn't it?
Oh yeah, fucking. I said that the wind blew up, the rain started coming down again, and these old houses, man. When I had my own place and that, never ever had issues, man. Wanted to fix your Volvo. Look what, yep, Magic's taking care of that one permanently.
Yeah, I just can't put up with it. It just is a waste of space. They're oxygen thieves.
Well,
It's
when
a
you bring up
oxygen.
when you bring up the racist card and you've already said yourself that you're white,
Yeah.
what the hell?
I just don't like my oxygen tainted,
Yeah, well,
because we're all got to try to breathe the same oxygen, and I just don't like tainted oxygen.
mate, they want to fix up this global warming problem. Get rid of a few of those guys and a little bit less carbon dioxide going into the fucking atmosphere then.
Yes.
Like I said, anyone that wants to get on that badly and talk shit like that isn't going to get here. It's not the way to get on. I've got a heap of people now that I do trust.
What's that noise?
Which noise is that?
I can hear a really, really loud noise, and
Hmm.
no one else could hear it.
Heard like a whistle.
I heard it like papers shuffling around really loud in my headset.
Oh, yeah. That was me wiping my laptop screen.
All right. It must have been close to the mic, you see.
Yeah, because I leant forward on it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, everyone else heard it too, yeah. It was very loud.
All right, you bastards.
Yeah, we'll get on your back. It's just that we got headsets, you see, and it was really loud.
I get it, but look, DR, I heard it. Jeez, babe. I could hear it.
Just clean it in your own time, mate.
Fucking hell, man. I better not pass win. Fucking that too.
Yeah, that's it.
I hope the dog doesn't pass win and frame me for it.
Yes.
Yeah, hey, babe. Oh, shit. So I was thinking tonight, see what happens tonight. Nothing decent on TV and shit. And what I might do is set up a quiz or something.
Yeah, why not? I'm going to close the store. It's getting really cold. Like it's only less than 3 o'clock, and it's getting really cold. Normally, it's after 4 when it gets cold.
Oh, to be honest with you, it's been a cold day here, full stop. But these houses here, man, I mean, just looking at the ceiling, they have to be close to 15-foot ceilings, I reckon.
Yeah.
They're massive. I mean, the doorways here are pretty big, and then you've got probably 4 or 5 feet above the fucking door frame. It's fucking hopeless.
Have you got? Is it like a heritage building? Is it?
It's one of those real old ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's on the east side of the city here, so I'm only probably
what near Dunicorn or somewhere?
No, mate. I'm about 5, 6, 7 minutes out of Adelaide.
All right.
On the east side.
Yep, I know where you are.
No worries, Paul. Catch you if you're around tonight. We'll do a quiz, mate. Yeah, so just down McGill Road a little bit, really.
Yeah, I know where you're near down McGilwaro a bit. There's a nice pub there. I've had meals there down that way.
It's, I mean, I'm used to my own area. I grew up in this area though. My parents used to live up this way.
All right, yeah, it's a nice area.
Yeah, it's kind of old. You know, although a lot of the old houses are now getting pulled down and putting up modern ones, but it's still an old area.
Yeah, some of my relatives come from Prospect Way when they had country cows in there out in the not far, like only about a K or so away from Prospect, where they still had cows and all that out there.
So Prospect now is a bit more. It's becoming a bit more of an elite area.
Yeah, that's right.
It's pretty expensive to buy out that way now. Same as this way out here. A block of land.
Well, you know what it's like.
700,000 or something.
Well, you know what it's like out in the Rowley Park area and whatnot. That was all swamp sort of land.
Well, Rowley Park's long gone, mate, and
long gone. My brother used to race there.
Adelaide is changing, and I guess that's just natural.
It's a natural rotation.
So I lived out, my parents lived out this way when I was a kid, and I bought out towards Tea Tree Plaza there, and I love that area. That was nice, just sort of at the base of the foothills there. That was pretty cool. And I do miss that area. Like I said, only probably 5 minutes from, less than 5 minutes, I guess, in the car to Andy's place. Andy's down around Ingle Farm. So
yeah, I used to work for a good friend of mine. His uncle at Reliable Party Hire when I left school, just when it got busy seasonal work. Around the when it was Christmas time and that, doing marquees.
Yeah.
They were on. They were at Holden Hill and lived at Doonacourt.
Yeah, Holden Hill's not bad. That's still a pretty reasonable area to get into.
I was part of
that, Gillis Plains and all that. Yeah. Gillis Plains is changing. They used to have lots of trust homes out there, but they're pulling them down and putting up more modern ones up.
I used to belong to the Doonacourt United Church.
Mate, I can remember before fucking Holden Hill Cop Shop got put up.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And
mate of mine used to work at the cop shop at Holden Hill.
I can remember it was just bloody bare land across the road from the Holden Hill Cop Shop there. That's gone back a long time ago now. Yep. Well, guys, I might call it a day on this one, and
no worries.
End up coming back later on, and hopefully the weather will calm down a little bit, and I won't have these fucking issues because it's a pain in the ass. I tell you. It seems that every time the weather comes in, we've got to go and reset the modem. For some reason, the modem will still be on, but no signal coming through.
They reckon it's going to come in real thick. So if you want to put it in your title there as the thunder rolls, it's going to get pretty stormy.
Oh God, I hope not, because that's what. Yeah,
I know.
Nathan was saying the same thing. He said it looked pretty bad down this way, but like I said, it's been on and off. 1 minute the sun will come out, the next minute it'll just piss down, and the wind will come up. But we'll try and get on tonight. We'll do a quiz and see if we can have a bit of fun.
I'll look out for it. All right. I'm going to go have a look at some other chats, and then I'll be back when you get on.
No worries, mate. You know, Magic, you're always welcome, mate. Andy and I were talking about we've got to get up your way, mate, and pay you a visit.
Yeah, there's supposed to be something tomorrow with trucks and stuff. I don't know if it's combined with any of the antique stuff.
That's what Andy was talking about, a car show up that way.
Yeah, I think there's a car show. I think there's muscle cars coming and all sorts of things.
I know I have to get mine out of storage, mate, and start doing it up again.
There's a lot that come up regularly here. It's just a nice cruise, and they like to tour the down there, just do the river run.
Mine's too expensive to run around now, so I haven't done up all the mode. I've got an XT GT, but I can only run it on 98 octane, and
Okay.
it chews through fuel. I've got a 5.7 litre Commodore, and my GT is a 4.9 litre Windsor and uses more fuel than my 5.7 litre.
Oh, really?
But it's fucking fun to go driving in Magic.
I like the GTs.
Oh yeah, mate. I used to take it down, drive down the coast, and fuck, mate, the amount of looks you would get. You know, everyone giving you the thumbs up, and you know, people come up and drive up next to you and fucking thumbs up through the window.
And do they roar?
Oh, this thing does now, mate.
It makes a noise. 4-barrel carbon shaker.
No, this is the XT, so this is a couple
XT,
models before XT, so it's a couple of models before. It's actually 69. It's the last of the XTs made before they came out with the XW. So,
oh right, yeah.
the first half of 69, they were still building XTs, and then the second half of 69, they came out with the XW, and then 1970 was the XW, and then 71 was the shaker model, the XY GDHO. But anyway, guys, I'm going to call it a day. Thanks for popping on, Nathan, Magic.
Okay.
All the guys in there.
Hunter.
We'll probably come on later tonight, do a quiz, or cause some trouble somehow, I'm sure.
Some trouble, yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. I'll catch us all later.
See you. Bye.
Okay then. All good.
Take care, boys.